Hello and welcome to Mr. Game Review Show. Don't forget to subscribe the channel, hit the like button and put a comment below the video. Thank you so much. The Animaniacs video game for the Sega Mega Drive, released in 1994, offers a blend of platforming and puzzle solving that captures the spirit of the classic animated series. Developed by Konami, the game follows the Warner siblings Yakko, Wakko, and Dot as they embark on a zany quest to collect movie memorabilia scattered across various studio-themed levels. The plot is simple but fits the show's comedic tone, with each level representing a different movie genre, from fantasy to sci-fi, keeping the environments fresh and entertaining. The game stands out by letting players switch between the three characters, each with unique abilities. Yakko can push and pull objects, Wakko uses a mallet to smash obstacles, and Dot can blow kisses to charm NPCs. This mechanic encourages strategic character swapping to solve puzzles and progress. However, the character abilities are underutilized at times, making some puzzles feel repetitive or overly straightforward. Platforming elements are standard for the era, featuring jumps, moving platforms, and hazards. While the controls are generally responsive, they can feel a bit stiff during precise platforming sections, which can lead to some frustration. Additionally, the game doesn't rely heavily on combat, focusing more on evading enemies and solving puzzles. Visually, Animaniacs does a good job of translating the cartoon's animation style into pixel art. The characters are recognizable and animate well, with humorous expressions and animations that echo the show's slapstick humor. Backgrounds are colorful and detailed, capturing the whimsical feel of a cartoon studio. The soundtrack, composed by Tomoya Tomita, is lively and upbeat, featuring renditions of the show's iconic theme song. It complements the gameplay and setting nicely, though some tracks can become repetitive due to the limited variety. One of the game's main criticisms is its uneven difficulty. Some levels are straightforward, while others spike in challenge, often due to trial-and-error puzzles or sections requiring precise timing. The game also includes limited lives and continues, which can make it frustrating for younger players or those not used to old-school platformer difficulty. Animaniacs on the Sega Mega Drive is a decent platformer that shines in its presentation and faithful adaptation of the show's humor. The character swapping mechanic adds an interesting layer of strategy, but the gameplay can be uneven, with some frustrating moments. It's a fun, nostalgic experience for fans of the series, but may not hold up as well for those unfamiliar with the Animaniacs. Animaniacs on the Sega Mega Drive features boss fights at the end of some levels, staying true to the game's mix of platforming and puzzle solving. These bosses often incorporate elements from the themed movie studio stages, requiring players to use the unique abilities of Yakko, Wakko, and Dot strategically. The boss encounters tend to involve pattern recognition and timing, rather than straightforward combat, which aligns with the game's overall focus on evading obstacles and solving puzzles. For example, one notable boss fight is with Pinky and the Brain, who serve as recurring antagonists. Players must thwart their schemes by using the environment and character abilities to overcome their traps. While these encounters add variety to the gameplay, they can be more challenging than the standard platforming sections, especially given the game's limited lives and continues. In Animaniacs for the Sega Mega Drive, the story revolves around the Warner siblings Yakko, Wakko, and Dot, who escape from the Warner Brothers water tower and set out on a chaotic adventure across the Warner Brothers movie studio. The plot kicks off when the trio learns that the evil duo Pinky and the Brain, recurring villains from the show, are plotting to take over the world. To execute their scheme, Pinky and the Brain need a collection of valuable movie memorabilia. The Warner siblings decide to foil Pinky and the Brain's plans by gathering the memorabilia themselves, leading them to various film-themed studio lots, each representing a different genre. These levels include fantasy, sci-fi, action, and musical themes, each filled with obstacles, puzzles, and enemies that reflect the setting. The game story is light-hearted, with humorous cutscenes that stay true to the wacky tone of the Animaniacs show. The siblings' journey takes them across different movie sets, all while trying to stay ahead of Pinky and the Brain, who appear at various points to interfere with the Warner's progress. Ultimately, the plot serves as a backdrop for the action, providing a reason for the variety of themed levels and adding a bit of narrative flair that ties the game stages together. The comedic antics of the characters and the recurring rivalry with Pinky and the Brain bring the cartoon's slapstick humor to life in the game. If you're a fan of the Animaniacs TV series, the game does a great job of capturing the humor and style of the show. The wacky personalities of Yakko, Wacko, and Dot shine through in the animations and cutscenes, while the encounters with Pinky and the Brain add a familiar touch. Try it out if you enjoy retro games or love the Animaniacs. Otherwise, you may find it more of a curiosity than a classic.